Gemini, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to your funny and your most favorite Armenian guy here at the Renaissance Tarot, where I serve and I slay. So dear Gemini, today I'm going to be doing your mid-monthly reading for September. And in this reading, I'm going to take a look at your recent past, present, and future. I'm going to clarify all the cards and get some final advice for you. So, Gemush, I'm in your head, I'm on your mind. You know I'm a Gemini. I put the gem in Gemini. I woke up feeling extra fly. How you doing? My cutie patootie looking all that's so good. So Gemini, these are general readings, so they may resonate with you and they may not. Let's get into your reading and see what's going on for you. Gemini, what's going on for Geminis? Okay, so Gemini, your challenge is the Seven of Wands, and what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck is the Three of Cups. Your challenge, Gemini, here has to do a lot with a lot of challenges in the present moment. Okay, Seven of Wands here talks about fighting against multiple things in your life. Okay, you could be dealing with different situations, different people. There is probably a lot going on in your life right now. I do strongly feel like here that this is something that you are actually experiencing internally. Maybe there is a situation that you keep questioning about. We're gonna find out about this and see what this is, why this is your challenge, okay? So in the recent past, Gemini, you have the Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and the Hermit. So in the recent past, I do strongly feel like here that you were in a connection with someone that it seems like it was very stable. It felt like there was a lot of stability until further moment when something here stopped. Okay, you could have dealt with the Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, but I'm also getting this communication or this connection with this person seem to be also based off of like financial status. I don't know if this person was with you because of money or there were a lot of money related things involved in this situation. I do see here a separation. Many of you have been in isolation for a long time. A lot of you Geminis have been out there like just by yourself, doing your own thing, staying single. And after this separation, we're going to talk about this shortly. Now, in the present moment, you have the Page of Pentacles, Five of Swords, and the Three of Wands. So in the present moment, you're actually like waiting on something, but also you're not waiting. You know what I mean? It's like part of you kind of like still hopes that something is going to change, but also there is a side of you that says, you know what, I'm just going to build something for myself. And it's a constant battle, Gemini. And I know you very, very well. I know my Geminis too well. So for many of you, you have this Five of Swords, and this is an indication of you having this, you're in the middle of a conflict. You're in the middle of thinking. There's a lot of things that are going on in your mind. You're doing a lot of introspection, reflection. We're going to clarify this shortly. So in the near future, you have the Judgment. You could be dealing with the Scorpio, the Sun, Leo, okay, could be a water sign, Pisces, Cancer. So I feel like that in the near future, there is going to be a major realization. And this major realization has to do a lot with your own happiness. I do feel like here that someone here potentially could come into your life and make a love offer to you, or could be an apology. Whatever the situation is about, I see here you finally transitioning from like this sadness and this loneliness and just being in this place of by yourself towards a lot of happiness. The Sun is the happiest card in tarot, okay? Now, what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck is the Three of Cups, and this is an indication of some sort of a potential reconciliation that can take place between you and someone else. So let's get into your reading and see what's going on for you. So I'm going to clarify your challenge, which is the Seven of Wands, dear Gemini. I'm thinking. I'm also preparing for my trip to Nashville. Okay, so your challenge, Gemini, is clarified by the Knight of Wands, the Death card, and the Hermit. So some of you were dealing with the Virgo, Scorpio, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be, but I feel like that in the present moment, a lot of you are in isolation. You keep questioning something in regards to a specific person from the past. Okay, the Hermit is in the recent past and it's showing up in your challenge, and this is what I'm clarifying. So right now, Gemini, in the month of September in general, I feel like this is a very pivotal moment for you. It's a very pivotal month. I think many of you are really in this place of understanding deeply within yourself. What is it that you really want to invest your time into? Should you wait for someone? Should you not wait for someone? And whatever ended between you and someone else in the recent past, it has actually taught you something about yourself, about self-love, about prioritizing yourself, putting yourself first, not overextending yourself. And this is something that you learned kind of the hard way when it came to this situation. And you might still be dealing with certain people in your life that kind of make you feel that you owe them something. I don't know who needs to hear this. Okay, so some of you are also learning how to set boundaries with people because you have the 9 of Wands in the recent past. The 9 of Wands here talks about the wounded soldier. So something might have hurt you at a very deep level from the past, and you're trying to really understand right now by isolating, by being by yourself, how are your boundaries doing? What do you want with this person? You keep questioning something in regards to this relationship, and you're wanting to shed light onto why it exactly ended. And many of you might have been blaming yourself. You need to put an end to that, okay? Because you're not gonna have a pity party here and blaming yourself for the way the things actually unfolded. I don't like those things here. I gotta cut it off. Anyways, so Jemush, I got your back, don't worry. Now, in the recent past, the 7 of Pentacles is clarified by the Devil, the Moon, and the Queen of Cups. So, and the 8 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So in the recent past, somebody here walked away from you, disconnected. Maybe you disconnected from a very specific person. I feel like that Gemini, something here was very unhealthy in the past, okay? A situation that was very questionable. Somebody here maybe had addictions. Okay, I'm getting here attachment issues with the Devil here. You know, there is a very unhealthy sense of attachment from someone towards you, vice versa. And also with the Moon, Pisces energy, something here just very, very hidden. I'm getting here, you constantly trying to dig deeper and deeper and trying to understand, was there something that someone was hiding from you really or not? You were really trying to understand, like, what was the meaning of this relationship? Why did this person even come into my life? And why is all of this happening in my life? So I do strongly feel like here, never mind, that's my number. That's my neighbor. If you watch Sagittarius' video, you'll know. I do strongly feel like here that in the present moment, in the present moment, you're reflecting on that, but in the recent past, you didn't see this. Maybe your intuition was telling you something was not healthy, but you just didn't really probably give enough attention to it, if I may say. You just kind of like roll with it, you know what I'm saying? So in the recent past, Queen of Pentacles here is clarified by So I see here a lot of fighting. You know, you and this person, a lot of conflicts, okay? Back and forth, fighting, arguments, misunderstanding. First of all, 5 of Swords here, which is the card of misunderstanding and conflict, right? And you have literally right there in the middle the 5 of Wands and the 10 of Wands and the World. Anytime you see 5s in the tarot, it indicates conflict and misunderstanding. So I strongly feel like here, Gemini, in the recent past, something was just very, very unhealthy. And this has led to like an ending, right? The World card here is the last card in Major Arcana, and it means something ended. A cycle closed up between you and this person. And this was also maybe because you and this individual had cultural differences, okay? 5 of Wands, different opinions, different perspectives. Something was just not very healthy. You have the Hermit in the recent past. So this has led to some sort of isolation for you. Maybe you became closer to God, to the source, you know, whatever spiritual practices that you do. I know a lot of Geminis watching me are very, you know, advanced and multi-dimensional and multi-dimensionally jacked. So you are a very smart sign, you know, you're one of the smartest signs. You like to learn new things, you like to explore new things. So, you know, you look at this situation as an opportunity to, even if you're going to be single or by yourself still, to learn onto something. Again, 7 of Wands. Clarified by the 7 of Wands, Page of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. I strongly feel like you're Gemini. Ever since you and this person separated, you have had a lot of challenges coming up in front of you. But also, along with these challenges, you had many blessings coming in. It's almost like as if those problems were like blessings in disguise. Some of you maybe changed the jobs, changed the location. there was a major shift in your life that took place with the Wheel of Fortune, which actually led you, excuse me, to some sort of a brand new beginning. Okay, so this actually also had to do a lot with your abundance, with your money, with your financial situation here. So I strongly feel like here that you gave yourself another chance, like to just go on your own, do your own thing, do not give up, right? So in the present moment, Page of Pentacles, Five of Swords, and the Three of Wands. It's like 70% you're done, 30% you're a little bit waiting, okay? Ace of Swords, you're waiting for a conversation. Could be dealing with a Pisces, because that's what the Hangman here is talking about, or a Cancer. So I feel like that for many of you, you're waiting for some sort of clarity, okay? And you're waiting on that. I'm also seeing here many of you being very much open to having a different perspective, having a different understanding of like where someone is coming from. What is it that you truly need to change? What, like, within yourself even more? And I think that you are ready for a conversation. You're ready to hear the other side, but you are not necessarily taking any action. I'm also getting here you wanting to really avoid any kind of drama coming in towards your way, any kind of conflict. So let's talk about the Five of Swords. It's clarified by the Queen of Swords, Eight of Wands, and the Five of Cups. I think that in the present moment, your intuition, Gemini, is telling you don't reach out. Don't reach out. Don't do it. Okay, the reason why is because someone here is not fully yet ready to hear the truth or to really even be where they need to be in order for them to have an adequate conversation with you, Gemini. Okay, yes, you are a powerful communicator. Yes, you have the ability, but not everyone has that ability. Okay, to really see your perspective, because you're an air sign, you rule the mind, you rule the communication, right? And that's something that's going to change in the near future. But in the present moment, even though you're questioning whether you should do this or you should not, I feel like that you really need to hold your communication back a little bit, or the desire or the urge to say something. Queen of Swords, who is the Queen of Swords? Gemini. What is she doing? She had her head up above the clouds. She's addressing something, right? She's saying something, like literally Eight of Wands communication. And that is something that might trigger a specific thing with another person with the Five of Cups. And you want to be very careful of that. You want to make sure that you are not overwhelming, because not everyone is able to really perceive what you're able to say. And I'm going to need to get more into this because I feel like you might have dealt with the person that there were different maturity levels between you and this person. Three of Wands is clarified by the Star, Aquarius energy, Knight of Swords, Ace of Wands. Don't rush into it. You know what I mean? And I think you're kind of like really mastering the art of detachment. You're just like remaining detached to something similar to what I told Leo, actually. Who doesn't want the Ace of Wands, right? Who doesn't want the thick Ace of Wands? Gemini. You get the point, but you don't have to rush into it. You gotta hold it back. That's what I'm strongly getting in here for you, because for many of you, you're waiting. Part of you is waiting, but also you're learning to detach and to focus on what's important for you on a day-to-day basis. That's the important message here for you in the present moment, okay? Do you have hopes and wishes for this situation to change? You do, because you have the Star in the present moment. But it's like almost you're holding yourself back from wanting to rush into this decision-making process, okay? So in the near future, you have the Judgment here, the Sun, and the Page of Cups. So in the near future, there is something that's actually shifting and transitioning. And the Judgment here is clarified by the Tower, the Temperance, and the Page of Cups again. So I feel like there is possibly, first of all, the transition and the shift is literally the definition for the Tower. The Tower here, dear Gemini, indicates something here that's collapsing, that's coming to an end, right? And this is a change you have been waiting for a long time. This is something you've been waiting for, praying for, manifesting. The way that you're going to remain detached and sustain that detachment, that's how it's going to determine the situation shifting. Why do I say detachment? Because people go above and beyond and they obsess over a person, they obsess over a situation, and then when it doesn't happen, they get upset because they're placing their happiness and their joy onto another person. But I feel like in the present moment, you're really learning to choose your battles wisely, to choose your struggles wisely, and not rush into making any decisions. The judgment here is someone has having an epiphany. There is an understanding. Someone is waking up to some sort of a reality. And the reality here is going to be an incoming apology. Page of Cups, the Temperance. Do you know what that means? That means that this person is coming in wanting to make harmony and peace with you. The Temperance here, Sagittarius energy. So you can see the Temperance is, pouring from one cup to another, right? And that indicates alchemizing a situation, wanting to change the situation to something better, something much healthier. And also there is going to be a forgiveness happening between you and this person. Now, the Sun. This could lead to a lot of happiness for you. My intuition is telling me just don't rush into it yet, because there has to be an appropriate and an adequate amount of time for you to really go back into this connection, okay? Clarified by the 10 of Cups, 9 of Swords, and then 10 of Swords, yeah. Just don't rush into it yet. The reason why is because the apology comes in, the conversation happens, and remember, this is a general reading. So it may resonate with you, it may not. It may come true for you, it may not, but I want it to come true for you. I feel like Gemini, in the near future, this happiness is very much tied up to someone's acceptance of them getting over someone or something from their past. I don't know if your person was still connected to a person from their past, or if there is something that needs to really close up, because on your end, you seem to be doing a lot of work. You seem to be really fighting your own battles, fighting your own demons here, just dealing with a lot of things internally on your end. But on someone's end, it just feels like someone here they still have some work to do within themselves, because them wanting to be with you is not just enough. They need to release something or somebody from their past in order for them to be with you. And then there is the Page of Cups again. So this is another confirmation of some sort of an apology coming in towards your way. So let's clarify the Page of Cups, dear Gemini. The Page of Cups is clarified by the Knight of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, and the Seven of Cups. So here is the thing. The reason why I was saying don't really rush onto this situation yet is because you got to make sure that this person is actually committing to you and they're not keeping you as an option. You got to make sure this person is actually like a true keeper before you give all of yourself, before you actually overcommit yourself, because I know Gemini is very well. You get very excited, the butterflies and everything, sometimes too quick to forget about the past. We're not here to point fingers at this person, at that person. It's not about that. That's not what my readings are about. I'm all about transforming and becoming the best version of yourself and telling you the truth. Okay, so I know you're ready to hear the truth. That's why I'm telling you this. Do not rush into it. The reason why is because you gotta make sure that someone, whoever you're dealing with, is not treating you like an option. Okay, that apology is not some sort of a temporary fix here, because it is important for you and this person to have stability rather than just with the Two of Pentacles going back and forth and having this level of uncertainty of what's going to happen. And at the bottom of the deck, there is the Three of Cups, which is an indicator of a reunion. Now, let's talk about Gemini. What is the advice? What is the advice for you, Gemini? Okay, so the Two of Cups here at the bottom of the deck, right? The partnership, the possibility of this connection is actually there. There is a potential for love and reunion, but you gotta make sure that you are prioritizing what's important for you. You gotta make sure that you are being treated as the Empress, male, female, doesn't matter, that you're actually being taken care of, you are being appreciated, and you're not some sort of a second option. You're the main character, you're the main course, you're the main menu, you're the only one on the menu. So saying some sassy shit. So this is the reason why you're gonna make sure that when you encounter this person back into your life, when you have an opportunity to work things out, there has to be tangible actions being taken towards you, okay? And also number 9 is a very significant number. It means closing up cycles and situations that no longer serve us. Letting go of the past, letting go of the old versions of ourselves. I know, Gemini, you have been in isolation for a long time, but when something changes here, you also gotta clearly communicate and let that person know that it's like the dynamic is gonna change accordingly. Because no one here is gonna entertain a player. Now, What is the advice for you? You have the Seven of Pentacles, and it says seeds well planted, efforts or investments that will be rewarded in the future, the need for patience, a time for resting and planning for the future, unnecessary worry. So yeah, like you might be questioning, you might be really worrying, how is this situation gonna unfold? But because you already have been doing the work within you, the seeds have been planted, just patiently going through this, right? All of your efforts. I do strongly feel like here that this is gonna be a big payback for you, okay? It's gonna make you very happy. So Gemini, this is what I had for you. Thank you so much for being here. I love you so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care and keep that beautiful smile back up. Bye.